on it. Well, grab an orange juice and let's go. No, literally, go to a person, a merchant, and buy one orange juice and let's go. So go. You want to learn how to dye your gear. There's this whole world around you of other players that have these beautifully colored gear pieces, or maybe some of their weapons, and you're like, how do I do this? And no one has told me. I can't find anything on it. Well, grab an orange juice and let's go. No, literally, go to a person, a merchant, and buy one orange juice and let's go. So go ahead and pause this game if you don't have a thing of orange juice. Basically, it's a merchant who would sell items. Okay, so grab that orange juice, let's go. So there's two ways that you can get to the person that you get the quest and accomplish being able to dye your gear. The first way is, what you're going to do is, this is Horizon in Ul'dah. So you would teleport to Horizon in Ul'dah, or you could run from Ul'dah to Horizon. It's Western Thanalan. So go west, my friend, go west. Okay. This mount that I'm on is actually one of the mounts that you can get from the Beast Tribe quests. So, and it's from the Mughals in, later on in A Realm Reborn, I believe. Now, if you are within 10 levels above or so many levels below these creatures, see, red means they're going to aggro on you. Blue means they're passive. So aggression is aggro. So just be careful and stay on the opposite side of the sidewalk, unless you want to fight them all the way in. Okay? Now this may not seem like a long run because I am on a mount, but when you're running it, it is a distance. Okay, so we are here at the person that you would give, and of course, I've already done this. So what you would do now is she would have an exclamation above her head. I believe it's a blue exclamation, which means it's an more important than the side quest. It's actually, pertinent to your gameplay, which, coloring your gear, come on. So you would give her the orange juice, and she would then, you would accomplish the quest, and she would give you dyes, and that would be that. Now, there also would be another quest, which I will do a video after this one, about glamoring your gear, being a glamazon. Okay, but right now, we are doing dyeing your gear. She will give you some dyes, okay? Before I show you where to get dye, I'm going to show you the second and potentially definitely the less lethal way to get to that quest. Okay? So this is Limsa Lominsa. You're going to go to the Arcanist Guild. Arcanist. Okay. We have a black screen for more than 2 seconds. Oh my gosh. Okay. So right here is the guild. To the left of it is a ferry, in case you didn't know. All right. So you get a ticket to Vesper Bay. And once you join the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, this is a quick and easy way to get to them as well. I learned this purely by mistake. I was like, well, I'm just adventuring in an adventuring game. Let me just decide where and find out where this goes today. So I went to almost all the ferries in the game that I could find, and I took them and found out where they went to. Because, of course, I am the type of person that is kind of afraid to do things like that because it'll take me off track. I'm like, ooh, something shiny. Wait, what was I doing again? Okay, so here she is. This is the person that gives you the quest for the dyes. And of course, for the glamour prisms, which I am going to go over in another video. But here she is. Now, if you came all this way, and either way to get here, and you forgot your orange juice, well, here you go. Here's a merchant and mender. Let's see, purchase items. Then you go down, and lo and behold, there's orange juice. Okay? So anyone that you could buy items from in the market stalls, Not necessarily the people that sell like your racial gear, but at the market stalls in each starting city, which would be Ul'dah, Limsa Luminsa, and New Gradania. Okay? So now I am going to take you to show you dyes and where to buy them, and the different ways that you can actually buy them. So here we are in Ul'dah, and it's the same, any market area in the starter, or any cities actually, not even just the starter cities, all the cities, any market area in all the cities, you can buy dye, okay? Now, the market area in Ul'dah is Sapphire Avenue Exchange, if you were unsure. Here we go. So, of course, one of the ways that you can get dye without having to pay for it is if you had a miner or a botanist, and at a certain level, I believe it's like 25 maybe, you start mining. Actually, I'll tell you, let's look. Gathering log, let's see, is it 25? You have two different sides here, two different things. Yep, okay, see that? Blue pigment, red pigment, level 28. But that would be like a 25 to 30 node. That's another video also. But anyway, if you have a miner or a botanist, you can mine these things. And then if you have a crafter at a certain level, probably the same level, any crafter, it doesn't matter, weaver, blacksmith, you can then make that, specific dyes. Not all the dye, mind you, not all the dye. So don't get so excited that you think you can make all the dyes in the game. You just can't. There are other ways, like in dungeons. There are certain dungeons that you go in and the chests have a chance of dropping dye, like the celestial green dye, I believe, lilac, other things like that. And it's not a guarantee, you can't roll on it. It just gives it to a random person, okay? So, one of the ways to get dye, let me see, is this the merchant? Independent merchant. See the swatches, the color swatches up here? I'm pretty sure that is, I could be wrong. Nope, I'm right. Okay, it's the independent merchant at the market areas in every city, okay? So just wherever the market stalls are, this is where you can buy dye. It's not all the dyes in the game. Again, there are some, like I had said, that drop in the dungeons, okay? Then you can go to the market board. The market board is probably going to be one of your best friends, okay? Especially if you're able to, to afford to do the things you want to do in it. Here we are. So when you go in, you go all the way down, you see this little bucket of paint, that's your dyes. And then you press the search button. All right, and then every dye in the game is available here. Every dye. So if someone's got it on their gear, then you can find it here. Oh wow, I rhymed and didn't even mean to. We'll say red dye, okay? Right now it's 3,000 for two. You have to buy the two of them. In a week it could be 25,000 a piece. It just depends on the demand and how much people can get away with asking. And you might think that's unfair, but one day you'll be the person who's asking that amount and you won't think it's unfair. Okay, so the market board, mining or botanist, the pigments. Okay, now here's the final way that, well, no, not the final way, inside the game. We'll say the final way inside the game that you can get dye. If you refer a friend or friends, and they do a month subscription, 2 months, 90 days, the milestone subscriptions, you will get gold chocobo feathers, and you would come to the Calamity Salvager. Okay, so I just discovered that it's a deal in spoils. I've only done this a few times, so, it took me a moment. So when you refer a friend, you will get gold and silver chocobo feathers, okay? Gold chocobo feathers. See, pure white dye. That is like the pure white dye. It's not even the snow white dye. It is whiter than that, okay? Jet black dye. That's the blackest dye in the game. Pastel pink, of course you can read. So I will just show you. Those are the ones that you can get with the Chocobo feathers. And these are the other things that you can get with the Chocobo feathers. These are like tickets that where you can use them and you don't have to pay to teleport. This is a mount, this is a mount, and that's a mount. Okay? Don't want to get sidetracked. So, and the silver feathers, you know, there's gear and weapons that you can actually buy with that. So, the last place that you can get some dyes, not all the dye, you can actually use your real life money and go on the Mog station and buy dyes. I believe they sell it either in 5 packs or 10 packs. Now, let's see, let me go to, and when you're in a city, you will see, if you don't know, if you're in a free company chest right here. And here's all my dyes. This is Snow White dye. I'll just use it as an example. And let me remove that. Make sure if you're in a free company and you're sharing this, don't take them all. You can press the up and down if you're on a PlayStation. Up, down on the D-pad, you know, the arrows, directionals. You know, take 1, 2, 3, 4, but don't take them all. You could get in a lot of trouble with your free company for taking them and forgetting to put them back. Okay, so we have the dye, and finally, see how even your weapon can be, you know, dyed. Let's go ahead. I don't, you know, with Vera's especially, their hats don't show, but I typically don't have the hats show. This is a top. So you press the square if you're on the PlayStation. I'm sure you would just right-click on the PC, and here's the dye button. All right, so here's white. You see on the right-hand side what she looks like without it. Let's apply it. And it's not a huge difference because it's just Snow White. And but then you would then press dye, and it would dye it. I'm not going to. Or, you know, if you had another color, see how it changes the color? You would just press dye, and when you were done, you would want to update your gear set, because then it would act like you did something wrong the next time you put that gear on. And I did teach you about gear sets in an earlier video. So like this is my Scholar. You can see White Mage and Astrologian share the same outfit. Paladin. Okay, Machinist shares it with the Dancer. Anyway, I hope that you found this video helpful. Please remember to smack that like button. Ring the bell for notifications to be alerted when I put out videos. And subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day.